Hello everyone, we are going to talk about Deming Cycle, and I'm Nicole T. Ponce with Carl Errol G. Pizarro and Mark Verhel D. Tanyagras. Here are the contents of our presentation. First is introduction, second is Deming Cycle, third, the four stages of Deming Cycle or PDCA cycle, fourth, the history of the Deming Cycle, and last one is the summary. Here is Carl Pizarro to tell you about the introduction.
The PDCA cycle enables an organization to ensure that its processes are adequately resourced and managed and that opportunities for improvement and determined and act on. The plan, do, check, act is a four-step model for carrying out change. Just a single has no end. The PDCA cycle should be repeated again and again. For continual improvement, the PDCA cycle is considered a project planning tool. PDCA cycle used to when starting a new improvement project, developing a new or improved design of a process, product or service, defining a repetitive work process, planning data collection and analysis in order to verify and prioritize problems or root causes, implementing any change, working toward continual improvement.
And here are the 14 principles of management.
The PDCA cycle is a framework for problem solving, continuous improvement, and change. It is widely recognized as the basis of continually improving the quality of processes, products, and services. It is an easy to remember four logical sequence steps: plan, do, check, and act.
Now, Deming Cycle consists of a logical sequence of four repetitive steps for continuous improvement and learning. The variation of the PDCA cycle include plan, do, check, act, also called PDCA cycle, Deming cycle, and Shewhart cycle. The Deming cycle is a simple but effective approach for problem solving and managing change, and it ensures that ideas are appropriately tested before committing to full implementation. The four stages of Deming cycle: plan, do, check, and act. In the planning phase, one needs to chalk out a precise plan to achieve the desired goal. In order to do this effectively, one needs to examine a current plan or a new plan and find ways to improve it. A good plan has a definite goal for the project with a clear pathway to achieve it. The organization's goal and principles are to be considered truly while making the plan. Next is do. It is the time to carry out the plan in a proper manner. It is always helpful to start small in scale to easily assess the output. In this phase, it is important for the players to adhere to the plan, otherwise, the whole exercise could become futile. This phase has three steps. First is training of the people involved in the project. Second, doing the work. And the third, gathering the data and results for the evaluation. The third one is check. In this phase, data and results from the do phase are analyzed. Similarities and differences with the desired result are examined. It is also helpful to understand which changes will be effective and how to make those improvements. Ideally, during a project cycle, two rounds of checks should be done. The first time, while the plan is being implemented to ensure the objectives are being taken care of. A second round of checks should be done after completing the implementation phase. It is needed to get a comprehensive picture using all the data and outputs. It also determines the achievements and the failures and helps in understanding the shortcomings. Act. It is the final phase where the gaps are addressed, corrective actions are taken, and adjustments are made to close the gap between the desired goal and the achievement result. Organizations often repeat the cycle and make it a part of their regular operations to optimize the result. It enables a company to achieve an improved business procedure with minimum error. Now, moving on to the next part, the history of Deming Cycle. Here is Mark Miguel Tanyagras to talk about this to you.
William Edward Deming was an American engineer, statistician, and management consultant. He was instrumental in helping to rebuild Japan's infrastructure after World War II and is known as the father of quality management.
In the 1950s, Deming proposed that business process is replaced in a continuous feedback loop, so managers can identify and change the parts that need improvements. Walter A. Shewhart, an American physicist, engineer, and statistician, sometimes known as the father of statistical quality control and also related to the Shewhart cycle. Shewhart reported that bringing a process into a state of statistical control where there is only chance cause variation and keeping it in control was needed to reduce waste and improve quality.
During the 1920s, American physicist Walter A. Shewhart first came up with this model drawing inspiration from the management practices. The way that management continuously evaluates the work inspired him to devise this model. Later, the quality control pioneer Dr. William Edwards Deming popularized it.
He was the first one to identify it as an effective model to improve production processes in America during the Second World War. Deming named it after Seward, though in later years it became popularized as the Deming Cycle. Many managers use this model without even realizing as it involves the basic of strategic planning.
It is a very effective way to improve the performance of the company, enhance the quality of the products, optimize the cost structure, and ensure customer satisfaction.
So in summary, the PDCA cycle is an excellent tool in reaching a goal or introducing improvements in a sustainable, thoughtful, and long-term way. Each cycle begins with a planning stage in which you will identify and understand issues. You can generate solution and choose the best one or best ways into two stage. You implement your solution in a small scale way. You then check the result in the check phase to see if they are as expected. This process results in continual improvements. When one is satisfied that his/her organization has accomplished all it can from this cycle, starting again with the process result only the improvements.
That's all. Thank you.